When I first came on this course, I was in a doldrums with work. I didn't know what direction I wanted to go in with my career and felt that I was stagnating really. But it's reinvented me as a person and as a clinician in my workplace.
I thought it would be just a revision type activity, but it's actually been really good. We've had opportunity to have action learning sets, one-to-one coaching.
We were seen as individual midwives with different specialities and not just a group of midwives and supervisors of midwives who were all together. So I felt for the first time there was recognition of what I do as an individual.
The reason I commissioned the programme is because 2 years ago I was made responsible for increasing midwife numbers in the east of England, and it became clear to me that as well as putting more midwives in the system, I also wanted to put a different sort of midwife in the system. So I was very interested in starting to develop the midwifery leadership capacity within the east of England.
When we introduced the idea of this, we had a lot of, we've done it all before and there's nothing that we can learn. But the reaction as the programme's progressed, and actually fairly quickly, was that the midwives understood that it was what we had set out for it to be, very different, bespoke, really reaching into their needs.
We asked individuals to almost capture what challenges they face on a day-to-day level and what frustrations they have around their job, so that we could design a programme that was going to address those.
Well, all the way throughout this, we said that, look, because of our technical strengths in organisational psychology, we really want a custom course that is going to achieve the end objectives that you've got, rather than an off-the-shelf standard leadership development course.
Things like being able to motivate your team, being able to get the most from your team, to things like how to influence in the NHS. I mean, it's such a complex environment and there's so many players that a leader needs to be influencing and to be aware of.
The big thing that changed over the period of this programme is that they became re-energised, they saw what they had to offer to the women and their services locally, started to take up challenges again and really started to make some improvements in services, some very tangible, measurable improvements in their services.
I was quite negative when I started the course. I thought, you're trying to teach someone who's been a senior midwife for over 10 years, you know, how to lead people. And I thought I wouldn't develop at all, which couldn't be further from the truth, actually.
It's about accepting change. And it all just seems to slot in. And I am remembering much more about the elements of leadership from what I'm being taught by Arup than I did in the 3 years that I did a degree in policy planning and leadership.
People have seen that it's been successful. People have seen that it's given them the headspace that they need to understand how to lead their services in different ways. So they've felt it to be a supportive process rather than something they've had to do on top of their day job.